To introduce the two-handed backhand, the first thing we need to learn, as we did for the forehand, is the contact point and where to meet the ball and practice the contact point. So we're going to practice the contact point for the two-handed backhand is actually starting with the shake hand for the racket for the right hand, and then shake hand with the left hand. It's more like an Eastern slash like go a little bit continental on both sides. And the reason for that, when you want to start with a grip, you don't want to have your left hand under the racket. You want to have it next to the racket with your left hand, and the right hand also next to the racket. So kind of like a shake hand grip for both sides. And this is a really good way when you wanted to do the two-handed and how to contact and how to hit aggressive when both hands on the side, both sides of the racket. The right side for the right forehand and the left side for the left hand, and of course the opposite for lefties, the same way, and then the left hand at the bottom for lefties. So let's start with the two-handed backhand. All you have to do right now, you're going to have the ball in front of you, and we're going to work on the contact point, and you're just going to meet the ball right up front when you have two hands out up front. As you see right here, I'm not trying to hit hard, and I'm turning my right foot in front of me, just standing sideways for righties. And of course, if you're lefty, you're doing the same thing, and you just go like this for lefty and just working on the contact point. There's no follow through, there's nothing. All you need to focus on and just meeting the ball straight up, and then just go like here and then meet it without hitting hard. Just tap forward and make sure you reach out to the ball in front of the right foot. So as you see right here, my right foot is in front, and I'm meeting the ball right in front of my right foot. So keep doing that at least for 10 minutes. Get the feel of the ball, and if you can't rally, keep doing it before going to the next step. Just make sure you can go back and forth, tapping the ball over, not hard, and you can have a very good contact point on that. All right. Before introducing the follow through, how to hit finish with your stroke with the two-handed backhand, you want to get a feel of how to hit with your left arm. Is your non-dominant hand for righties is left, of course, and non-dominant hand is the right hand for lefties and left hand for the righties. So you want to get a feel of a swinging motion, because this is where you're going to get all the power from your non-dominant hand, and your right hand, which is your dominant hand, will help you to finish the swing and follow through. So the first thing in the next one, after we practice contact point, is actually working to practice to swing with your left hand. So you try to come up and across with your left hand and see how many times we can do it without missing. So as you see right here, I'm turning and I'm finishing across. I can even have my right hand up just to get me a little bit of a feel, but I definitely need to keep the rally going and finish above my right shoulder. This is with the backhand. You need to finish up above your right shoulder compared to the right hand when you were finished right under your left shoulder for the forehand. So with the backhand, as you see, I'm finishing all the way up over here. When I'm standing, I'm finishing all the way up my right shoulder. So I'm doing this and tap the back, almost the back of my shoulder right there. So when I'm hitting it, I'm finishing it like this. So again, I'm finishing here, I'm coming across, and then tap the back of my shoulder, right above my right shoulder when I'm doing it. And you need to practice that and make sure you have a good rally, and then so you can get a feel of how you put a spin on the ball with your left hand. And try to also meet the ball right up front as well, as you've been doing on the contact point, doing that as well. So after you doing that, this is great. So now you get a feel. You know where the contact point of the two hands. You know how to swing it with the left arm. Now you're going to get the motion of the full, the two-handed doing the same thing. But you're going to start again with a shake hand, right hand, and then the left hand on top. And then I'm going to have my racket back upwards, but tilted a little bit to the back fence. As you remember, the forehand was like this, more face down. But with the left hand, you need to open it up a little bit, not close. So you need to open a little bit. And then as the ball coming to you as it bouncing, you're going to come down and come across again with the left arm above the shoulder. So you're doing that. And of course, I'm standing sideways. I'm going to step with the right foot as we did with the contact point, and then you're going to get under and coming across. So we're going to do the full swing again with the rallies, coming here and coming across. One thing, a second, there you go. Turn, come across, turning again, coming across, and then finishing right here. As you see, I'm turning, coming across, and then I'm going to practice again, turning, coming across. And you can go, even if you get very comfortable, you can go all the way to the back of the fence and do it again. As you see right here, I'm turning, coming across, turning, coming across, turning, come across, turning, come across on that. So tap the back of the left shoulder again when you do it with a two hand, and see how many times you can do it without missing right here. And then you see here, coming up, last one. And this is just the full motion, how to do the fall through. The next one is actually how to use your legs and hips into the shot for the backhand, which is the next actually to learn how to hit more powerful backhand is using your back hips or side hips with your non-dominant hand and rotating into the ball when you as you hit through the ball if you coming in. So we learned to start to rack it up and we do the fall through. Now you want to engage your left hips rotating. So in order to do that, you need to turn more and give the right shoulder first into the ball, and then when you make the contact, you're going to rotate in, so your back foot, as you see, rotating in towards the wall rather than just staying there and hit the ball as we were doing the warm-up. So you just come in here and then you're going to hit through the ball and coming across, and you don't be afraid to rotate in and give it all in into that shot, because you're going to make a really good contact, a more stable shot with your left arm. So let me give you a quick demo and then we're going to start. So I'm going to feed here, I'm going to step in, turning, boom, and rotating, boom, and rotating, boom, and rotating. So one more time. As you see, I'm turning right there and I'm rotating with my left hips on that ball. So again, step in and rotating in as hard as I want. Now I can feed with a forehand as I'm coming in, and then I'm turning and then go again. And if it comes again, I can rotate, and then I can give it all in by rotating into the ball, into the shot while you're hitting. Now here's the thing, there's a small catch on that. You don't want to rotate before you're making a contact, because if you do that, all the balls are coming to the side. So don't do this, because if you're rotating all the way across for making a contact, that ball is just going to the side. I call it, don't do the ballerina dance. Don't turn around, no 360 on the turning. You actually want to go here, make that contact, and then do a half turn, so you're facing the side where you're aiming rather than you try to go around and across. So one more time, I'm turning here and then I'm rotating, coming across, and it's just think about it as like a half turn, half rotation, not like a full common rotation, because it's just going to go the side fence. So last time again, I'm turning and then I'm just rotating my hips across. One more time, I'm going to step, rotating my hip across, step, rotating my hip across, and that's pretty much it. The two-handed backhand coming across. And of course, don't forget to finish all the way across again, as we were doing in the warm-up. As you're rotating, you're coming across, and that right shoulder, almost like you're tapping the back of the shoulder right there, coming like that. Thank you.